All right, and we're live. So, I'm not doing any rain sounds today because I have a fan right there. Because guess what? My apartment still doesn't have air conditioning, and it's 29 degrees Celsius in here. So, yeah, that's it is what it is, I guess. So, today the plan is to continue on with the to-do app. I did a little bit of cleanup in the background. Why do we have an error here? Interesting. It wasn't doing that before. Anyway, unnecessary try-catch wrapper. Okay. Anyway, got to do some bit of refactoring apparently. But basically, what I did is I was having issues with kind of sharing the API client package with the web. So I was like, you know what, for this project specifically, I'm just going to have the API client within the web app, but have it as like a separate external functionality from the components, right? Which I think for this small project is fine. So that's kind of an architectural decision that I made. Okay, so we apparently don't need that because I guess we're catching the error here anyway. So that's fine. But basically, yeah. So we have this sign up. It's essentially, you can think of it as a wrapper for the fetch, right? Kind of handles the fetch to the API, and I did that testing. I tested this and it does work with just dummy credentials. The other thing that we were running into is I was using Jest to test the middleware, not the middleware, but this kind of API client interface, and I was kind of running into issues with that, and I think that's just me being ignorant with just raw TypeScript stuff. So I need to find a better way of building TypeScript in a more streamlined way, because the way I was doing it was kind of ad hoc and silly. So I kind of ditched that effort. But anyway, so now I'm going to actually get implementing the sign up route, I think. That's the first thing I'm going to do. So I'm going to be using shadcn for that. The other thing I did is I made a quick theme provider as well. So let's just do pnpm run dev. I want to do the web just by itself because we don't really need to run the API right now. So I wrapped the web app in a theme provider. So we have this dark theme, right? Which is good. And I kind of just followed this is from the like the shadcn, shadcn/v theme provider. So I didn't write any of this code. This was just from that. So anyway, just to get that set up because it's kind of secondary to what we're doing. I also set up a home path underneath the root so that I could use the root for as a wrapper for this theme provider. So that's good. So let's get the sign up route created. Oh wait, actually it's just this because I'm doing function notation. So the way I'm going to do this going forward is for components, I'm going to do function notation, and then for anything else, I'm going to use arrow notation. I'm not sure to what extent it matters, but that's just going to be the arbitrary thing I'm going to do. Okay, so we have this, so we'll just return, let's just do like a quick test here just to make sure that it works. And then I need the React router, data mode, route object. Am I using AI for learning or just official docs? Just official docs laptop. If you're new here, you can read my FAQ. I don't use AI to learn. Okay, so let's see. So this is like protected routes, but I need to get in a I need to do the children. I forgot how to do the children stuff. Oh yeah. So it was like this. So we need to do path. It would be sign up. Components would be sign up, which we can import. And yeah. Yeah, so it's fine because it's under the root. So if we just navigate to that, it should work. Good. We see sign up there. So it's fine. I'm just gonna keep myself on that page, and then get this kind of card built out. So I'm gonna go to the. So let's load in the card here. So let's go pnpm add filter web. Or wait, what was it? DLX shad cn at latest add card, right? So that's what it was. So it's pnpx shad cn at latest filter. Or is it? Can I do add card? I think it's apps.web. Can I do this? I think that worked. Okay, good. And then we have the card header, card, all that stuff. Okay, good. So let's get that card inside of here. So let's do a div, and then we'll put the card root in here. Let's do that import real quick. And then we need a card header and description, of course. Which I actually don't know. Card content, and then card footer. And then card title. I don't think we need a description. And then maybe an action. Or do we even need an action? Don't think so. Don't need any of this complex stuff here. Oh yeah, actually we do. And then we'll put in a sign up link in there as well. And then inside the card content, are there any dividers? I don't think so. We just need that form, right? But anyway, we'll worry about that after. So let's just add all the missing imports. Because I don't think there's a form with React Router data mode, unless I'm tripping. Okay, there is actually. So maybe we use this then. A progressively enhanced HTML form. Okay, yeah, let's use the form then. Hey, what's up? How's development? Why don't you use the React hook forms? I don't even know what those are. I'm not gonna lie to you. Let's see. React hook form, import use form. Oh. I didn't know this was a thing. Form on submit. Is there any like special? Register, handle, submit. That's kind of handy. I'm assuming this is what you're talking about. Yo, how's it going? Interesting. 235 million. Damn. I think I'm gonna stick with the React Router form only because it's what I'm more familiar with. Where am I from? Your lives are always late here. It's 1:51 a.m. Yeah, I'm from Canada, Eastern Canada, Omri. So I'm in the Eastern United States time zone. So it's 6:51 p.m. here. So yeah, I know it sucks for a lot of folks in Europe and West Asia and Central Asia and stuff, but you know, I can only go live when I can. You pair this with Zod and you'll have kind of synced API contract with the backend and front end. Okay, interesting. All right, well, I'll look at the docs here. So let's get that guy in here then. I'm willing to give it a go. It doesn't seem that tricky. The other thing is I have the validator inside of. Oh, interesting. Okay, so you can have like on here. Huh. Yeah, the other thing I was doing is I kind of have that API client that I included, I mentioned earlier on the stream, but I included this in the web app just because it's easier and it's, I don't know, I was having weird linking issues. But I do the validation inside of this kind of, that's fair, Satyam, that's fair. Well, I'll definitely like look at it. I don't know if I'm going to do, like, because I don't know what it really gives me other than, okay, use form inputs. So I guess it just kind of hooks everything together. Yo, how's it going, Phoenix? All right, you know what? I'll give it a go. Because I don't really see, a problem with it. Although I'm going to be doing I'm still going to keep with this Zod validation and fetch inside of this function here. Okay, so let's install that then. React hook form. Okay, let's get that in here. And then I'll get using it. So then we can do that. Integrating with UI libraries, maybe. Here's the schema validation. Okay, so this is the schema. Interesting. You can check out the forums and API client. I've implemented my shared Accelero app. And I'll share it again if you want me to share the GitHub repo. I have the link in the Discord. I can find it. Or maybe you sent it to me on DM. But I think I'll take a closer look at that off stream, only because I think I do a better job of like understanding shit, like when I'm not on stream. But I do really appreciate that. So I think I'm not sure what this register is doing though. Because I have the schemas defined in my shared package, right? So anyway. Let's just get a basic form set up. So register fields. One of the key concepts in the React hook form is to register your component into the hook. So make its value available for both the form validation and submission. Okay, I see. Oh, that's pretty cool. Each field is required to have a key. All right, so let's get this in here then. So it would be const register handle submit is use form. And that should be importable, right? Should be anyway. React hook form, yeah. Use form submit handler. Okay. Let's import that. Import use form. From React hook form. Okay. I guess it's just not auto completing. And then iForm input. I don't know what that type is. I guess it's maybe just the type. Oh no, that's this. Never mind. I'm silly. Okay, so let's just leave it blank then. Although we could give it this type after. Just import the use form mode on change in default values and destructure it. Not 100% sure what you mean by that. So we have this on submit. All right, let's just do like a basic. It'll work without that. Yeah. Well, so I have the schema types defined inside of my shared package, right? So I've got the schema types here for like the user ID, user email, user password. Again, I'm gonna make this better and consolidate it. I was just doing something quick, but this is technically the validation, because the thing is I have a validation chain inside of this client helper function, and then I basically have a list of errors and then return it. So like I already have, I think I feel like I've kind of reinvented the wheel a little bit, but you know, if this, I can just use this as a submitter, right? Because then what I want to do with this on submit is I want to submit that data. Like this is what I was gonna do if I wasn't using this hook here, because I don't even know what benefit the other one would have given me, but essentially, what I was gonna do is I was just gonna set all of these to states and then just submit that way. Those are independent schemas. Make a composite one for let's. Yeah. I know they're independent. I was making them independent on purpose. So, because the thing is this function here expects 3 separate values, right? So I need to, I don't know. Yeah, let me just import. Let's just do that. Let's just focus on the UI for right now. So let's get the card is here. It's very stretched. So let's say sign up, and then sign in will be the action, because I think, yeah, because this is if we already have an account, right? Okay, so let's make this a max width like 2XL. No, 4XL. Maybe 2, or just XL, and then flex, justify, center. Actually, I want to make this string literal as well, so we can go multi-line. But then I need to wrap this in. There we go. Ooh, okay. Flex, justify, center. Why is that squishing? I don't know. I learned Select isn't building a web app just like YouTube, so I'm following the industry best practices. That's fair. No need for the register use of the controller comp for the RHF. Okay, yeah. I'll worry about that after I get the sign up form built. I don't know why this squashed everything. Width like 3XL. What the hell? Oh, because the form. Oh, because this is the outer div, right? I need to put this on the card. Is what I need to do. That's part of the problem. And then I just need to do a flex 1, I think. And then that'll grow, and then I can do a max width 4XL on this guy. Or, well, not 4XL. We could do like maybe just... Okay, that's fine. And then we can do maybe a padding top 8 or something. Or not padding top, margin top, my bad. There we go. I don't know, I'm just kind of coming up with something. So let's go into the mobile view as well. Let's go to iPhone 14. Sure, that's fine. Okay, so then max WXL, but then we'll do that for medium-sized screens. Otherwise, we'll do max W medium or small. Or no, that doesn't really make sense, does it? Access. Oh, because I screwed that up. Okay, there we go. There we go. What about my Google Drive app? I'm coming back to that, Sayam. It was a little bit above my it was above my skill level, I think. So I'm refocusing here. I'm doing just a basic to-do app to test out my my framework, and then I'm going to, not my framework, my stack, and then I'm going to go back to it and restart it again. It was kind of yeah, it was causing me some trouble. So do you ever try Indian cuisine? I love Indian cuisine. Actually, my great uncle is from Pakistan, married into the family, and like I've inherited many recipes. Like there's this chana masala that I make that from him that's really good. So yeah. So anyway, okay, let's get to this here. So we've signed up, and then do I need anything as a description? Not really. Okay, so let's put the form in here. And then we'll do, what was the on submit? Yo, how's it going, Blue Core? Welcome. I need to make this const on submit as well. So we don't need this register, I guess. Const on submit handler. And then I need to import that as well. I think. iForm input, and then, so this is data, and then console. Okay, why are we getting errors here? Const on submit. Because this is a type. So we need to import this as a type. I don't know. Do you have plans moving to the USA as a techie? Absolutely not. Seeing this on YouTube, do you also live stream on other platforms? I want to, Bluecore, but I haven't honestly had the time to set it up yet. But thank you, I appreciate the good luck. I want to live stream on Twitch as well, but it's a mixture of time, and also the free tools for multi-streaming are awful, like terrible. But yeah, no, I'll never move to the USA, never. Basically on moral principle mostly. I think the US is in a pretty shitty spot. I think it's you know, so I also like my country, so it's no offense to any Americans. I just don't want to live there. What was that thing you said I needed? Use the controller comp from the RHF. So many techies are like mad after moving to USA. Some of my fintech guys are mad after NYC, and others are after SF. What do you mean they're mad? Like they're upset with moving? I'm not sure what this register is doing, to be honest with you. So it will make its value available for both the form validation. Yeah, but I don't need the form validation chain because I already have that here. Oh, they're desperate for those cities? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't care for that, honestly. I think that that's just not my life. I don't care for like going to the big cities in the States, and you know, I think the American dream's dead. I think corporate America is really just a blender, really. So that's just my opinion. I don't want to get too into it because it's kind of like not related to the stream. But yeah, I don't want to, you know, because there's like political stuff as well that I strongly disagree with. But I'll leave it at that. Check out the forms packages and the sign up pages in the Accelero. Okay, I'll do that on the break. Let me pull up your GitHub here on my other monitor. Actually, it's about to be break anyway, so I'm just gonna I'll get that up here. Just a sec. I think you DM'd me it. Oh no, you didn't, but it was in stream chat. Where was it? No. At least I thought. Or did you do it and send it in general, maybe? You might need to resend it to me, because I don't know if I can see it. Should I share it again? Yeah. How many monitors do I have? I have 3. I have my built-in MacBook monitor here. I have my main monitor that you're seeing, and then I have a third monitor on my right that's just got extra stuff like the live stream info. Although I keep that usually hidden, and like another web browser so I can look up stuff off stream in case it like doxes me. But yeah. Cause like yeah, sure, I could bring in this sent you? Perfect, thanks. Okay. I'm opening this on my other monitor. I'm just gonna take a look at it. So what was it? You have it under apps, web, components, where would it be anyway? Oh, auth, I guess. Sign up form, here we go. Damn, man. Okay, so you got your theme, you got handle sign up, control, form state. So you have your on submit here. But you see, you're doing all of your fetching and stuff. Like, so Toast, I'm assuming, is like a fetch wrapper, right? And then so you're doing it all inside of the form here, which I've kind of have that logic separated out. So like you've got this. This is, I'm assuming, a request to the API, right? So I'm not sure where you're getting this. So this you sign up form. This is your own custom hook as well. It's a wrapper hook. Yeah, that's what I thought. So that would be in here. No, it wouldn't. Never mind. Where would your hooks be? App? No. Library? No. Maybe in here? No. I don't know where your hooks are. It's in the it's in the packages. I got you. Okay. Okay, so be in here. Got you. Okay, so it would be index. Oh, forms. Auth. Ah, here it is. Okay, I found it. Okay, neat. So you have handle submit, control reset. So what's the control doing? So you have this control here, but I'm not sure what that even does. Because you mentioned something about that. Control manages the state of that particular field. Okay. I see. And then, so this is just what? This is your wrapper for the, okay. So then you're doing this, so that's your resolver with your schema. And then your default values, I see, interesting. Now check up sign up schema. So I'm assuming that would also be in here. Be off client? Where would the schema be? Utils maybe? So the packages contracts. Ah, got you. Okay. All right, nice. Oh, then you have all your schemas in here. Nice. So your sign up schema is, you have an email schema. Oh, so you can, okay, so you can actually like combine schemas. That's interesting. Okay. So I could do something like, so my user schema, so these are individuals, but then I could have like a sign up. So that's actually an interesting way of doing it. That's probably better than what I've been doing, where like, so you have, yeah, that's cool. When you, like, I was thinking of having schemas that directly match the, like, database, so like user and session, but I think having schemas for like the different, that actually makes a lot more sense now that I think about it. And then so how do you check? Okay, so you can do this super refine here, which is kind of checking that the passwords match, right? Yeah, interesting. Okay, I really do appreciate this approach, and like but the problem is the way that I've set up my project right now, it would be a lot of refactoring. Yeah, for sure, I'll check it in action. It would be a lot of refactoring, and I kind of already have the validation here. I know it's not really ideal, but I'm gonna I might do a bit of refactoring because I really do like this sign up schema thing here. But I think for me, it's not just gonna say I'm not gonna use this idea, but I think I'm gonna kind of do a hybrid approach, at least for this project. Because again, I'm not really concerned with having this be like industry standards per se, like to a T, because it's more about like just learning the architecture than it is. And I guess this is kind of like architectural, but yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna kind of take this into consideration and kind of figure it out. The best thing with monorepo approach is that you can extract the constants from the shared packages and use them in the DB check constraints. Yes, exactly. You can. That's actually what I've done for, I think, or maybe not actually. I don't even know if I have because I have the schemas here. So what I was doing was, yeah, that's true. That's true. In my database, I haven't been, I need to probably refactor it to check against that, but that's like for, I think, a later task probably. All right, so let's continue forth here. I'm not going to worry about this right now because I'm not really sure what this is doing. So I'm just gonna comment this out because I'm not really sure. I'm not super confident about that yet. I just want to get this front end just looking okay for the time being. So let's do that. Let's just get the front end looking like something, and then I can proceed with the actual data stuff. So let's do that. So we have our form action is, we don't actually need an action, we just need an on submit. Or is it on? Yeah, I think it's just on submit, and then, actually, just do just a blank function for now. This will be something eventually, I just don't want to fill it in yet. All right, so we have our form. And then inside of the form, we can do our inputs. So we need our email and password, confirm password, right? So we'll do our email. So we'll do, I think I need to get the add label and input into here, right? So that's good. So we have those components in there. So then we'll do our label. And then we'll do HTML4, email, and then our input. Or wait, did I import this from base UI React? It shouldn't have been. Oh no, I need it from shads. Where would this be? Components UI. Okay, that's fine. Wait, why is this? Oh, because it's. Okay. Imports input. That's what I want. Okay, good. When you'll be getting back to your Google Drive project, as I got it as my project day from you. Even I'm thinking of building the same with another stack. Nice. I will pass handle submit and on submit. Yeah, I'm going to. But I don't. This isn't what handle submit is, so I'm just gonna leave this as a template for right now. I'm just gonna get the front end like looking good, and then I'm gonna do that. But I don't know when I'm gonna get back to it. Probably a week, I would say. I'm doing this just to get my bearings back after being sick and all that. So we'll just type email required, right? So that's fine. So we'll do that, and then we'll copy this div, which is probably going to have a shared style as well of like. Let's do like a class name. And then we'll do a grid, something like this. And then we'll get our password. Password. And then this will be password confirm. I think that's the name I have it as in here, right? Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay, that's good. And then I need the submit button down here. So grid gap 1. And I'll do the button. Import that button. Use the form component from the shadcn. Is there a form component in shadcn? I don't think so. Is there? Unless I'm crazy. I didn't think there was a form thing. What's the reason and goal for learning web dev? Honestly, not too sure. I kind of just want to learn and build stuff, but no real end goal. Maybe a career pivot in the future, but not yet. Provides you with formatting for label and input in the search. Scroll up. Wait, let me look up just form. React hook form. Oh, interesting. Oh, field. Ah, okay. Okay. All right, let me, okay, so you have a field label input. Oh, and then you have a controller. Okay. That's what you meant by controller. I got you. Okay. All right. This actually, okay, this is a revelation. Okay, let me refactor this then. Hold on. All right, so we have those controllers from so how do I import that? I need to import that then. Z.infer type of form schema. Okay, nice. Okay. Yeah. I got it now. Okay. This is what I need. This is exactly what I need here. Okay. This is the documentation. That's going to be the ticket. Okay. So let's go back. Okay, let's take a step back here. Okay. There we go. All right. Now I'll leave those there because we're still using the controller. So I need to import this controller from React Hook form. So use form and then controller, right? And then so we'll get those in there. And then how is it? Oh, then we need field as well. We need to install the add field. Okay, so we'll add the field component. Okay. And then we've got, we'll worry about the schema later. So we have our form there, and then on submit. Okay, this is better. Okay. I just was kind of confused about where to start, but this is exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, so this is what I want. Damn, the energy you got after seeing this. Yeah, because this is exactly what, this is what I was like looking for. Because this is clear. This is like, okay, I see the controller and I see all this stuff. Like, it makes sense to me. Although I don't know if I need this. So this render, I guess that's just part of the controller. Okay, so let's do, I'm assuming, can I apply, do I need to wrap these in a div or like for styling purposes, or can the controllers be styled themselves? I don't know. Let's just try it out. So this controller is like all one thing. Okay, so you know what I'm gonna do. So let's do name, let's just do one thing. So let's do email, and then control is form.control. Okay, wait, but we need to get this form in here. So we have our form. Where's form.control coming from? So we need to get our const form in here. So const form is use form. And then I need to get that schema inside of here as well, right? Zod resolver. Okay, let's get the Zod docs up as well. Okay. Just do structure from the use form. Oh, can I? So like I can just do it blank, and then I can just kind of, I mean, because I could do something like this, right? Like I could get my type in there. So I could do like a, I'm gonna do like maybe auth schemas here. So if we do like, the other thing is I have to build this. And I'm now understanding why the turbo repo is important, but I still don't really understand how to set it up. But I could like theoretically set up a schema in here, right, with my package, and then bring that into this. But I think, yeah, I'm gonna leave that for now. Just copy paste from my schemas, maybe. I do enjoy making my own schemas, but I do appreciate that. So let's just like, I mean, we can just leave it as is for now, okay? And then so when we do, so then how do we wrap this inside of a, so we have our const form and then our const on submit, and then where is the form ID, form RHF input? Okay. So then, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna say form.handle submit, and then on submit or something. And then the on submit is here. And then so we're doing, that's where we're doing the, I think this, what's this toast doing? I don't know what toast is doing necessarily, but I just want it to, let's just say on submit. And then we'll just make an empty. Just make an empty thing. Just for now. Check out the Sonner component from ShadCM. That's what toast is. Oh, got you. Okay. Gotcha. All right, I'm gonna focus on getting these controllers in here though. So we have our form, which has got this on submit now, and then what? So we have the form, and then does it need this ID? I'm assuming it does. I'm assuming it needs this ID. Or does it? Does it need this form RHF input ID? Don't use the form control, just destructure it. Okay. All right. So then I just do name and render. I don't know if this ID is necessary. So just render. And then equals field state. Oh, but then these need to be inside of an object inside of here. Okay. And then like this. Okay. Oh, that's not what I wanted though. I want to get the field in here from import field from components UI. There we go. No need of ID, keep submit button with the type submit inside of the form tag. Oh, I got you. Okay. So then I don't know what this ID is doing then. I'll just leave it. Okay, so let's get our field in here. And then there's even a data invalid here, but I don't think I'm going to worry about that. So let's do a field label. And I think this is probably importable from the same spot, right? Yeah, okay. So we have our field label, and then it's email, and then our input is dot field. I'm not going to worry about any of these. I just want to see that this works. Okay, so there's no field state. Field state.error. Okay, so this is interesting. So we have this field state invalid. Field state description. Oh, we don't need a description for this. Field errors. Okay, so let's add this in here then. And then this would be under here. So field state dot invalid and field error. No, I need this to be specifically from the okay, errors field state dot error. Okay, nice. Oh, and then there's like even a field group too. Interesting. So maybe I can wrap this controller inside of that. So like a field group. So let's bring this controller inside of that then. There we go. This is a friggin' mess. Kind of a little bit. Okay. And then, so, okay. Let's see. Okay, we have an error. Cannot read properties of null. Reading names. Where is that being read? I don't know what this is happening. Install hook. Something with the controller input, or the controller here. Yeah, initially it's a mess, later it's smooth, no pain, no gain. Fair enough. At use controller, and then at controller React form JS. This is definitely because of this, though. Where is it being called, though? I don't know. It's probably because something's malformed with this guy. Control, name, render, field, on change, on blur, form state, field state, input, on change, submitted. Is it because I don't have form values up here? Maybe. Haven't passed the control. Well, I thought you said that there was no... I don't know what you mean by control, though. Like that's, I don't know. Control to alter stuff? Like, is that what you mean? I thought there was something with like that didn't need to happen. I don't know. Let's go back to our... So you have form.control. Where is that coming from? Destructure it from the... Okay, but how do I do that, though? Check out the packages forms. Alright, well, I see, but I don't like not understanding what I'm doing here. So I'll take a look at that, but I don't like not understanding stuff. So I don't want to just like blindly copy. So let me just... I'll take a look at it. Yeah, so this is your form. Yeah. Const ... from use form. Like, yeah, I know, but I don't know what I'm like. I don't know. So kind of like we deconstructed here, we deconstructed the fields. So then like this. No. Like this. I don't know. Resolver mode, because you're deconstructing here, but I don't know. Oh, constant is equal to use form because it's simple to use. Oh, I see. So like here, deconstruct like from this use form. So this use form returns a bunch of stuff, right? Okay. I see what you're saying. It's like you're unpacking it up front. Oh. But like I don't know where the where that's like for this control here. So this is deconstructing all of these, right? But then we have form.handleSubmit. So it wouldn't be form.control though, because we're putting all of these inside of one variable form. Well, could I not? Yeah, but could I not just do this then? Like, why couldn't I just do this? Like, does that work? Like, that's what I was. This is what I wanted to do, but I don't know, because this form is all of the stuff from use form, right? Like you have all of the different the register, the handle submit, all the things, right? Inside of this object, right? And then so I'm using just the form control form.control from that. Yes, you can, but why keep writing that form again and again? Oh, I see what you're saying. So it's like for repetition. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, so it'd be something like you would do. It would be like something like const controller. Control is equal to form.control or something, and then you just use the control equals control here, like that or something like this. I don't know. All right. I'll go with that then. So is that still, I'm assuming, doesn't... Oh, no, it does, actually. There we go. There's our email field. Nice. All right, cool. So that actually did kind of fix it. Well, actually, not even kind of. It did fix it. Okay, nice. So we have that controller. So let's add this for our other ones. So it's going to be password. And then... That's fine. And password. Something like this, right? And then so, yeah, but now it's not the type is wrong, right? So we're gonna need the right type on that thing, this input. So I don't know where I'm getting that from. Read about mode. Inside of here. Mode on change. No, that's probably not what we want. Input control. Oh, and the shad cn. Okay. There's a good snippet on mode. Oh, it does? Where was that? Validation modes. Okay, on change, on blur, on submit, on touched. Yeah, but that's not what we need. We want it to be... that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for like the type, so that the characters aren't shown. Anyway, I have to take a 5-minute break and feed the cat. Feed my cat, I guess. So I'll be back in a minute. Just hang tight. Alrighty, I am back. I apologize. Just had to feed Mr. Kitty. Five a.m. here, have to sleep. If there are any issues, you can check out the Accelerator repo. Got you. No worries, Satyam. Have a great night/morning. I appreciate all the help. I'll continue looking into this for sure. So. All right. Let's keep going here. All right, let's just skip the rest of that break. I know it's mostly done, but I'm just kind of sitting here anyway, kind of chomping at the bit, so I might as well keep getting going here. All right, so we have our button label. Okay, input, that's fine. So let's see. So what can we do here? So we have this field group. I don't even know if I need this even inside of a footer. Do I? Let's just keep it like this, and then we'll do our button, and then we'll do submit or sign up, and then I just want to call the function is all I really want to do. So I wanted, but see, okay, so this is interesting. So the way that I have this set up, and that Satyam was helping me with, is good for if you have a streamlined system with validation. However, the thing that I've got going here is that the validation is I have this API sign up validation chain, which already kind of handles all of essentially what this is handling, and I think that's a good thing, like, because you have a schema here, and you can kind of do all of that all in one, but I kind of wanted to have those things separated. So I think I'm going to do a bit of refactoring to kind of align better with my, I think this is good. I really do appreciate suggestions. It's mostly just, honestly, I don't know. I find it tricky to kind of like, incorporate suggestions when I'm still like figuring stuff out and learning. So I think, I'm gonna keep the, I'm gonna keep this, but I don't know if I need the React. So if I go let's go back to the React hook form. Let's just see, because we do all the validation and stuff inside of here, right? So like, example, yeah, so we have inputs, right, and I don't know, because all I really want to do is, yeah, so I can just kind of let's just do this. Let's just refactor this. Not sleeping yet, but my parents yelled at me for sleeping because it's 5 a.m. Oh, dang. I'm gonna do that for maybe the next project. It's only because of the way that I've set this up here, that I'm kind of changing this up. Because I feel like I have a more cohesive idea of, because I already have like the Zod validation chain here, right? And I don't really want to I feel like this would be a complete refactor. And like maybe it's for the best, but I don't really want to do all the fetch and everything like that inside of, like, so for example, like if you're submitting something here, you have a submit handler. Okay, well that's just stringifying the data. That's not really what I want. I don't really want to do any, or I guess the idea then maybe is to hand the, like, so if I have this sign up function, right? Because like I think what I'm seeing here is that like I've kind of re-implemented a lot of what React hook form would be giving me inside of my own function here. Like for example, I have an error stream that adds to this errors list, and then that might get passed back to, and then I can have my own state and everything like that. Like, so I kind of have like a system in my head for how this is going to work. And I feel like this is kind of a re-implementation, or not a re-implementation necessarily. It's a solution that kind of solves a lot of the problems that were also addressed by this. So yeah. I'm just gonna put my head down and do some coding here. So let's do. So I like this field idea. So let's keep the fields, and then we'll remove the controllers for now. But in another project, like I'd be happy to set this up from the beginning like that, I think. So we have this, okay, so we can't do the field error, but that's fine. And then we can do our input as well with the types that are needed. So I can do, is field input even a thing? Field set, field legend, field group, field content, field label, field title, field description, field separator, field error. Okay, interesting. Okay, so you know what I can do is we'll have this here. So we'll say type is email. But then I'm not really giving this an ID though, that's the thing. Or would that be underneath a field content or something? Like, let me go back into the field guy here. So let's go to our field. HTML. Okay, so you still can't have HTML4. Okay, I see. So you can still have a pointer. There's no issue. I'm just refactoring. Can't read because on my mobile. Yeah, I know. It's really tricky. Why is this such a weird name here? Okay, so we'll do type email. And then it's just required, I think, is all I need. And then we'll get this next password field in here. And then get this. And then we'll just delete this guy. keeping the fields though, because those are good. Then this is HTML4 password. And then input type password. See, this is what I needed, required. Oh, and then does this need its own ID? It probably does, yeah. ID email. Type email, ID email. Are there any remote full stack dev jobs in Canada? I'm kind of ready to work even for 30 to 50K. They're probably going for higher than that, I bet. If I had to guess, like in Canadian dollars, I mean, I think maybe, I don't know, if it was junior, 70K maybe? I don't know. That might be like 50K USD, I don't know. I don't know though, like, I haven't honestly been looking, but I'm sure they are there, but they're definitely they pay higher than that. The only thing is you need to move here, and there's like a bunch of like work considerations, right? So I don't need this field error anymore. Card footer I don't need. Where are my errors coming from? Controllers defined but never used. Yeah, I know. Okay, so we have our fields, and then my button, which is going to be a type submit, right? So that's fine. Field legend button type submit. Yeah. So there we go. And then we're going to want like a little gap here. So there's a field separator as well. Field separator. So I want to put this field separator here. And I don't think I need to style it or anything, do I? Yeah, so there's our little separator. Nice. 70K for a junior, that's a lot. That's a lot, I mean, for me in my country, yeah. I would say 60 to 70K Canadian. And remember, that's Canadian dollars. You know. So now we have all this data. And then so we need to get the form data. So then when we submit it, I don't know if that data is passed to the handler here. So I don't know if we got that. So let's just see if this even prints stuff, and then we can deal with that. So let's see. Test 1 2 3 1 2 3. Ah, yes, at example.com. Okay. Okay, so that. Oh, and then I need to prevent the default behavior. Ah, that is what that was doing. Okay. Oh, so it needs to take in the event. Okay, so then we have the event here, which is going to be, like, what would the type on this thing even be? I don't even know. New form data form. Seems very React router-ish. Interesting. I would get that much in my country after like competing with 1 million students in an exam and then get a job. That's crazy. Yeah, honestly, like that's like pretty intense. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. So this is our like server function, but I don't want any of this nonsense here. I want to get to see if, what was I thinking? I guess this doesn't really pass anything off, does it? Submits data actions by fetch. Okay, I see. So it doesn't really give me anything extra. So it'd be react.form event, or form event, form data. I remember doing this before. Or was it just event HTML form elements? Or something like this? Okay, so let's e.prevent default. Console. Just want to see what this does. Okay, so there's our event. And then we need to get the data out of that, right? This would be a submit event. So I wonder if that's... Okay, so if we submit that again, oops, we need to get the data out of that. So let's say const form data. Where would I import this from? Value of type new form. Provide the way to easily construct a set of key value pairs representing fields and their values, which can be easily sent using the... Okay, so that's fine. Oh, new form data, right? It's a constructor. E.target. Should be fine, no? HTML form element. What do we need then in that? Is this React? Why don't you use Next.js? What's the reason? You're close to React. Personal preference, mostly, Lubo. I find full stack frameworks really confusing. So I'm kind of doing things my own way, carving my own path, so to speak. You don't target as So why can't I pass the e dot? All right, I could just print the e dot target and see what that even is. Ah, it's literally just this whole thing. Okay. It's this whole thingy-majiggy. Okay. So I need to set the values, right? So then target is e.target as type of e.target and email, password confirm. I can do something like this. Interesting. What's my job role and what do I do there daily? I won't say my job role for privacy reasons, but essentially I do a lot of different things. I basically manage a bunch of different. I'm trying to word this without giving away too much about my job because it is confidential. I basically manage app rollout, so like application patching, rollout, licensing for different applications, audits, app audits as well, like so application audits, collect requirements documents from different departments on different applications that they may need. I also do some database work for archival purposes for finance and HR. And so I kind of do a bunch of different things. I also do a little bit of IT support as well. So yeah, that's kind of what I do. At a very high level. I'm also in a lot of meetings. I do a lot of meetings about these kinds of different ongoing projects. But I'm kind of like a coordinator. I'm kind of like a bit of tech support, but I also do app patching and make sure that different departments have all of the applications and licenses that they need to complete the work that they need to do. It's very administrative, to be honest with you. I'm now developing an ERP system including 8 different modules like employee, social media, contract decisions like that. That's awesome, Bluebo. You're light years ahead of me, my friend. I just need to get these values here. So I need to say, so let's say const, let's just try this. Const target is equal to e.target as type of e.target. And let's just get like an email and password. So if we do email value string password value string and password confirm value string. And then if we say const email is equal to target.email, and then if we console.log that, or so it should get the right data that we want. It may not though. Oh, we got the right, okay, so we got the, okay, so we need the value from this. So then this will work. Bennett example, there we go. There we go. When did I start working? I started working last year, May 2025. Okay, perfect. So we're doing this. So strip fields. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pass this to our signup function. And then this needs to be an async, I think. So we're going to do an await signup. Oh, we're going to say const data, const results is equal to await signup. Or wait, no, await signup. Target.email.value target.password.value and target.passwordconfirm.value. And then we need to import sign up here. Okay. And then, so with this result, we're either going to get let's just bring this back up again. We're either going to get a bunch of errors or a success. Okay, so we need to do, we need to do this. So let's see. We'll just console log the result. Because if we do get errors back, we need to deal with those errors, right? So that's the other thing that we need to do. So if we put in something that's invalid, then at example, then we don't put like then we just do like a password without numbers or something. And then they might not match. If we try signing up, we get our errors back here. In 100 days, you learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Yes, Hakeem. Yep. Okay, so now I get that data back as error, right? So what I want to do is I want to have a formalized type to return here. So I think I'm going to do so our response.json. So this is our result, and then we'll say so we'll do success true, and then with a bunch of errors. So what we'll do is we'll construct something. But then maybe I have it in a shared. So let's do API client. So then we're going to do a new file. We're going to call it API response.tsx, and then we're going to do some types in here. So we're going to say, this is probably not the best way of doing this. Start building a website. Yeah, I think that's totally doable, Hakeem. I just want to do this Bro, you have to give your strategy about how you learn. Odin Project. Go to that website and read it. It's a free and open source web development curriculum, and it gives you a point to start from. So that's what I would recommend. So I think I'm going to be doing maybe, well, I don't know, we'll see. We shall see. It's really important to take breaks too. That's the other thing, is if you're working hard on something, it's really important to space out your work. So I like to do a Pomodoro. So I kind of do 25 minutes of work and then 5-minute break, 25 minutes of work, 5 minutes of break. That sort of model, I guess. Next.js, TypeScript, Zod, like that. Project structure is atomic structure, bro. Nice. Yeah, honestly, I'm not at the level yet where I can learn, or where I tried to learn frameworks. I dabbled a bit in TanStack Start. I dabbled a bit in React Router v7. It's honestly like, it still goes above my head. Web development is really fucking difficult, by the way. as it turns out. Would teach me or doing projects together if you don't mind. To be honest, Hakeem, I don't have the time to do that, to teach you, nor to do projects and stuff like that. But if you follow the Odin Project, you can also watch my VODs, like my previous streams, and see me build projects right from the beginning, and kind of use those, and you can kind of build along with me in those videos if you'd like. Yeah, if you need to practice, like go back and watch the streams from like, 5 months ago when I was building those early projects. I documented the entire process, so you can like kind of build along with me there. Hold on, I got to take a phone call. Just a second. Sorry about that. I had to take a call. Looks like the AC in our apartment's been fixed. So that's good. Yeah, I know a lot of people do use frameworks. I'm still in the learning phase, Lubo. So, I think I find it good for me to build with my own stack, and so I can see all of the moving parts. That kind of really helps me understand what's going on in the project and building these things. So, all right, I'll go back 5 months to see how you did start. Yeah, I'd recommend doing that, Hakeem, but also you can join my Discord. And if you have any questions, I'm pretty active in that Discord community. So you can like ask me questions there, but unfortunately I don't have the time to like just practice or to collaborate on projects. I wish I did, but I work a full-time job and I also do the streams. So I'm only one person, unfortunately. So, all right, let's get back to this. I'm gonna do one more Pomo session. I think just for tonight. It's gonna be a little bit of a shorter stream, and I apologize for that, but I don't have a lot of time. Actually, I'm just gonna do this like this. So let's do const response type, or type response type, export type, and then we're just gonna do like something like success, Boolean, and then errors is going to be a string. And then what we're going to do is we're going to say return. So if we get to this point, we're going to return kind of an object here. And we're going to say success, false, and then errors is like that. And then we're going to say as response type. This is we can refactor this later, but this is kind of how I want to do this. And then this would be this, throw new error. And we'll just return success, true, and then errors, which should be none. Sounds good, Hakeem. I appreciate that. Yeah, I just used the base model M4 MacBook Pro, Michael. So that's kind of what I'm working with. So this on submit. What's the problem with that on submit? We have this result, so we're waiting this. What's the problem with this guy here? Types parameters e to promise. Oh, because this, okay, so this is a promise. I don't think we're returning anything yet, are we? So okay, so now if we do this, then we have our success is false, and then our error is here. Nice. Okay, but if we do something that's right, actually I don't want to do that because it's going to post to the actual database. So what we want to do is, instead of console logging the result, we want to say if not result.success. Then we're going to have a state here. So we're going to say const errors set errors is use state. It should just be a list of strings like this, and then we're going to use state. One last question: where did you learn JavaScript? Because I stuck in it. That's where I learned it. I learned it on the Odin Project, Hakeem. Yeah, Michael's got it. I use a base model Mac Mini. Nice. Nice. We can't all afford the great, you know, the big guns, right? So so we're gonna render the errors maybe. I don't know why this is erroring out. The expected type comes from property on submit, which is declared here. Maybe it's just an event? That fix it? No. Okay. So if we don't have a result, then we'll just set errors to result.errors. And then what we're going to do is above the form, if we do get any errors, we're going to say errors dot length greater than 0. And then I think I can do like an and then render that stuff out. So we'll do errors. Or actually, no, we'll do errors dot map error, and then render that stuff out, and then we'll do a return, and then maybe like put this inside of its own div as well. Like, okay, and then we'll just return. Let's just return the error itself, like this. Oops. Actually, we'll just return the error. No, we'll wrap it. I'm waffling here. Okay. We'll just do this and see if this works. So if we get errors, this should return our errors, right? So if we try to sign up here, okay, so if we fill out the field, let's say, example, so those don't match. So passwords do match, not match, invalid password email. Or invalid password. Okay, so that's good. So, so we need to now format those errors. Did I finish the file uploading project? No, I didn't. It's on hiatus. I'm doing this first, Michael, so I can kind of use my own stack and build just a basic to-do app first, and then I'm going to go back to it. It's not done. It's just kind of on the back burner for now. Okay, so let's do this errors here. So you know what I could even do is I could even have like an errors element, like a component. So I could even say like form errors .tsx, form errors, yeah, .tsx. So we can even do this. We can say const form errors, I don't know, function form errors. And then we need to pass in our errors as a string, which actually return, and then we can just basically do this whole thing here, this errors.map business, right? Now, why is this not? Oh, because it needs to be inside of a fragment. There we go. Nice. And then we'll export default. Right? Yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan, Michael. We're gonna get back to it. So then here we're gonna actually just put the form errors, which we're gonna get from the import here, and then so we need to pass the errors in here, and then so that's good. So now we have a kind of cohesive spot to do this. So we'll say flex column get1, and then we'll do, when we return, we'll return a, could even make this a UL, to be honest with you. And then we'll return like an li with the class name stuff here, and then we'll do text red, maybe 400, and then error. And then so there's our errors. We'll also add like maybe a bit of a margin bottom on this, like a 4. And then we'll also wrap this inside of a fragment or a div, and then we'll put like a header with like a text large font semi-bold, and then text color, text red 400, and then we'll say sign up errors like this. And then maybe a little bit of a margin bottom on this guy as well. Something like that. So then we get those, and then I should do, I think it's list disk. Okay, those are kind of, nah, we'll just leave them empty like that. Cool. Maybe do a text medium. It's kind of the same as this guy. Maybe we make the text a little darker. That's fine. I'm gonna make this maybe just add some like padding around this thing. Or no, margin 2. And then MT4. There. So now we got errors, right? And then now, if we actually sign up properly, okay. So the only other thing is I need to change the invalid password. Must be at least 8 digits or 8 characters, and contain at least 1 letter and number. So then if I resubmit this, then we'll say invalid password must be at least 8 characters and contain at least 1 letter and number. Good. Cool. What are your thoughts on Tailwind CSS? Do you like it better than writing in CSS files? Yes, absolutely. It's so much faster. Does this not go to a new line here? I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. Cool. All right, so we got our sign up errors. And then, if we actually do this for real, let's bring up our pnpm run pnpm run db studio. Yeah. And then so we can put this local.drizzle studio inside of, I don't know if it's going to work inside of Brave. Probably not. So let's get Chrome up and paste it here. All right. So then now if we have no users and no sessions. However, if we do a proper sign in, so ben@example.com, and then we'll do like password 1. Now that should have actually worked, right? So if we go to our Drizzle Studio, it should have worked. Do we get an error maybe? Interesting. Failed to fetch add sign up. Oh, because you know why? Because the server's not running. The server's not running. That's the problem. Okay, so let's rectify that right now. So let's do npm run dev, which will run both. What? Oh, pnpm run dev. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Now it's running both. So now, so we have sign up errors. We actually need to not render this if there's no errors, right? So what we need to do is modify this guy a little bit. So we need to do errors.length greater than 0 and this maybe? Or do I need to do? Okay. There we go. Now, so if we put in bad stuff here, okay, so we're gonna passwords do not match. Must be at least 8 characters. Okay, so then let's fix this. There, and we signed up. We didn't redirect or anything, but now we should see our user. Haha! From the client. Perfect. Okay. So then what we should do after we sign up is we should redirect to the sign in, right? Now the other thing I need to do here is I need to the only problem is, and this might be for an issue for next time, is that's not what I need. For the sign up here, I need to check whether there already is a, I guess that'll be in the response. Yeah, because if for example we try to put in an email that's already with an existing account, we need to deal with that, right? So that's the other consideration. But okay, so let's try and do this redirect here. So if we go to our where is it? So let's just redirect somewhere. Navigating. This is fine. Use navigation. Yeah, so we'll do a use navigate inside of here. So we'll say const navigate, use navigate. And then at the end of our handle submit, we'll say otherwise. We'll navigate, whoops, to the root, which is fine. So now if we remove our user, I need to add a 1 here. There we go. Then it goes back to our, navigates back to our root. Perfect. And then it signs us up. Nice. But it doesn't create a, session for us, right? So there's no session on sign up, right? Because we have our user instance right here, which we just created, but it has no sessions yet, which we need to create with the sign in. And that will be done inside of our sign in helper, essentially. So I'm actually thinking of doing a bit of a refactor, kind of based on what Satyam was saying with the React hook form or React form hook, whatever it was. So I think so we have this sign up route, which is fine. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to refactor. Want to refactor sign up such that form validation is done with React hook form inside of the components using Zod schemas. Then the API client is just for the fetch after all data has been sanitized. Something like this, right? So that's like for next time. I'm not going to worry about this yet. So whether it's React hook form or something else, so yeah. Because, so basically the idea here is I want to take the, so right now, let me illustrate how this is working, right? So we have our form here, our sign up form, right? Name this application for tasks. I got you. Okay, so now we have this form, right? So we can go back. This is our sign up form that we've defined here. On submit, we run this handle submit function, okay? And this handle submit function is kind of doing a lot of things. So basically it's getting our fields from our form, our email, password, and password conform, and then calling this sign up function for us, which is what we wrote over here, which is essentially a wrapper for the input validation and the fetch. However, there's a couple issues that I see with this, which are going to require a refactor. One is some of the errors are client-side, like the Zod schema configuration is client-side. However, some of the errors are server-side. So how are we going to handle server-side errors? So we have this response, and then so if our response is bad, then we throw a new error with our response status. But that's not really helpful. So we want to basically, I think, maybe even refactor the API to give us more helpful server errors that we can then use inside of our helper function if there are any server errors that exist, right? So we can kind of delineate errors into client errors and server errors, if that makes sense. So, and I don't know like exactly how frameworks tackle this, like full stack frameworks, but that's kind of my thinking now, is I essentially want to have the handle submit handle the client-side validation, okay? And if there are client-side errors, then rectify those immediately inside of, whether it's using the React form hook or whatever it is, or React hook form. And then then passing it off to this sign-up function, which will literally just be a wrapper for the fetch, right? And so that's good. And like as this stands, it does work, but it's not perfect. It's far from perfect. Because right now all we're doing is if our response is bad, then we're just throwing an error with the response status, right? But I'm thinking that we can, in our API here, if I go to my auth controller, auth sign up posts, we've got a bunch of sign up failures here. And I'm wondering then if we can return these back to the client somehow, because then this HTTP exception stuff with a message, right? So I'm wondering then if this message we change to error or something like that. I don't know. But we can refactor this sign up posts middleware to handle that properly, right? And then basically what we'll do is inside of our sign up API client situation that we've got here, we can check that, and then we can get the like does a message exist on this response? I wonder. No, it doesn't. Interesting. Okay, so when we throw an HTTP error like this, or an HTTP exception, well, actually, that's fine. Yeah, I don't know. Because, like, ideally, before we create a user, we want to check whether or not the user already exists, right? So we actually have to include that here. So we need a to-do. Check whether user already exists first. So we're going to have to do that next time. So, yeah. Anyway. I don't know. I'm going to leave it at this, I think, for tonight, because I've got some stuff I've got to do. I was going to do 5 Pomos, but I think I'm just going to keep it to 4. The other thing is, yeah, if you're going to take anything away from this stream, it's that web development is incredibly messy and tricky to track. There's a lot of different moving parts that you have to keep in your head, at least for me. But, you know, we learn through building, right? So, I'm going to take a step back. Tomorrow I'm going to be off, and then I'll be back Thursday, kind of reevaluate my code base, do some necessary refactoring, and then come back right back at it with this completed, with this sign up and sign in stuff hopefully ready to go, kind of using our auth system that we've got, right? So anyway, thank you for watching the stream. If you want to follow more of my shenanigans, feel free to subscribe. It's totally optional. Feel free to join the Discord if you'd like to be a part of my community. We're pretty active in there, chat web development and other sorts of things. And yeah, I'm going to be off tomorrow, but I'll see you guys Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard, roughly. Might be a little bit earlier than that. I'm not 100% sure. Thanks, Lubo. Appreciate you. And yeah, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.